Okay, you're good to go.
Okay, cool. I have like 3 screens today, so it's kind of to figure out which one is sharing. All right, so welcome everyone to our April meeting for the YoPro committee. One announcement: our Vice Chair Jay, sad to see him go. He's actually taking a new job outside the industry, so but we definitely wish him well as he moves on to the next part of his career. So yeah, just want to say congrats to Jay and look forward to see him do some bigger and better things. Um, so it's kind of a recap of our goals for this year from the committee. Again, we use the term FIRE, which stands for these 4 items. Again, we want to make sure we can get feedback. The Your Pros can get feedback. Just have a voice within the industry. Advocate for the Your Pros within our airports and companies to make sure our needs are being addressed. Um, uh, Recognize achievement, so make sure you want to celebrate the Your Pros and what they're doing, whether it's through awards or spotlights or other forms of engagement, and just to promote them, to promote the Your Pros across the chapter and then across the pretty much world at large. And then the professional development, we want to make sure we have an opportunity to provide the Your Pros a chance to build their network, build different skills, um, have a mentor, just to make sure that there's a way to get them engaged and connect with those that are more seasoned within our industry. So just a quick highlight of our goals this year, and as time goes on, we'll probably add to these and readjust as we see fit. So I want to start off with a quick spotlight of Ethan on the steering committee. So I was kind of want to give him a chance to kind of show a little bit more about him. This is kind of one of our goals as well, to kind of spotlight our committee members. So that way, not only we can see, but the chapter can see as well, kind of see the good things that we're doing on this level. And again, just trying to find ways to connect and to meet each other. So Ethan, I'll let you take it away from here.
Thanks. So what our goal with this is as many meetings as we can. We want to have a member spotlight. So if you've got a project or you're looking for people to join your team or any networking things, we want to be able to highlight what you're doing at your company, highlight your company and why they benefit the industry, and what are some cool things that you're going to be doing in the industry right now. So a little bit about me. I've got my undergrad in engineering from University of Mississippi, also known as Ole Miss. I've got my master's in engineering from Southern Methodist University here in Dallas. I've got experience in subsurface utility engineering design. I'm mainly on the utilities side. So when I graduated, I went to work for several different, I interned for 2 different civil design firms and then worked for one before moving to the supplier manufacturing side of our industry. So I now work for advanced drainage systems as business development manager. So I'm doing a lot of pursuit work. So we're looking for opportunities to provide value to our end market customers. Aviation industry is one of those specific end markets that I'm currently working on growing our market share in. We have a lot of great products that provide value to the customers, mainly the airport contracting engineering community. So what we look like is that ADS is a company that's very much about sustainability, not only from the stormwater management side, but also on the manufacturing side. We're actually the second largest plastics recycler in the nation. We purchase the second most, and we also recycle our own as well. So that's something cool that ADS does to not only back up the message, but also back up the communities that we have. Next slide. Thanks. This is essentially what it looks like from a 10,000-foot level, is that we provide solutions that cover every aspect of a raindrop's life cycle. So the moment it hits that impervious cover, we want to capture it, convey it, store it via retention detention systems, and or treat it before it's discharged into some wetlands or a low-lying area or creeks, streams, etc. One of the most recent projects that we have that I want to highlight is that we're working on with Garver and Flatiron is at Dallas Love Field. We're supplying the conveyance mainline drainage as well as the edge drain, under drain, and side drains for the project. The majority of this pipe is going under RSA and as well as taxiway alpha out there near the runway. So This is a small snapshot of the work that we're doing out there in terms of the pipe diameters. So we're installing anywhere from 15 to, well, actually anywhere from 8 to 42 inches of pipe. And we're able to provide some savings on the project, mainly the pipes cost savings of $212,000. But the real savings come in the pavement life cycle. So on the next slide, you'll see the logistical, the time and safety, as well as quality and construction. So our solutions, our polypropylene solution offers 60% less joints. And if you think from an engineering perspective, joints are a part of a moving system, and where you have moving parts, you're typically going to have more failures in those moving parts. So reducing the amount of joints where you have infiltration, exfiltration, and any loss in subgrade above the pipe, it'll preserve that pavement life cycle faster. Logistics, less trucks coming on and off the job site because we have our products are 20th the weight and they come in standard 20-foot lengths, means you can get more pipe on that specific trip. This specific project didn't allow for much of a reduction in the installation days because of the phasing and the scheduling that they had, but a lot of projects we're seeing north of 30 to 50% in terms of reduction in installation days. But that also has a safety factor when you looked at it, when you have a product that's lighter and less joints going into the ground, that's less movement on a specific job site. In terms of the work that we've been doing in the aviation industry, we've got a couple of new projects. So like I said, the Dallas Love Field project on the next slide, show you kind of the quantities that we had and who we're working with on. We've also been doing work at Houston Hobby Airport. And we're looking to potentially be doing some work at George Bush and Austin Bergstrom really soon. So we just shipped the pipe to Dallas Love Field about 3 weeks ago, and they're just now starting the trenching and to actually install the pipe. So it's a really, really new project. We're really proud of this one. We worked very closely with Dallas Love Field. We worked very closely with the engineer, who's Garver, on this specific project. Got everyone's buy-in, provided the engineering calculations, and everything went very smoothly. We're very proud of this one. And then non-standard taxiways at Houston Hobby Airport. So this one required quite a bit of approvals. Not only did the airport have to approve it, also the Houston airport systems as a whole, as well as all the other stakeholders involved, the FAA, the engineer, the contractor, et cetera. So this one's a significantly larger project than the Dallas Love Field project. That's all under taxiways. And this is another recent one that we're doing with Austin Bridge and Road. It's going to be under pavement. It's currently being installed as well. And we have some miscellaneous pipe also being installed at a Terminal C underneath pavement out that way as well. So just a quick highlight of a couple of projects that we've been doing. This is our largest project to date in Texas. This is our Shepherd Air Force Base project. So this was a significant system in between the runways out there. All right, thank you.
Nice. That's awesome to kind of learn some more about your background, kind of what you do in your field. I mean, definitely pipes are a big issue out on the airfields, and so it's kind of cool to see the type of pipe that you all use out there on those different projects. So, any questions from Joseph or Zach on for Ethan?
Hey, good afternoon, guys. My name is Zach Countryman. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, Zach. Nice to meet you.
Good. Nice to meet you guys too. Let me turn my video on there. Hey, couple things. First off, Ethan, nice job on the presentation. I'm the Airport Operations Center Manager at Dallas Love Field.
Oh, nice.
So, looking good. I like the photos there. I know that project's coming along. That's more on my former team side there over in Airside, but sounds like the project's coming along nicely. So thanks for your team's support of that project. Just in general, I'm new here. I'm a South Central chapter member, but saw the invite for this particular meeting and just trying to get more connected. So I was young professionals. I'm 36. I don't know if I qualify anymore, but I've got a number of younger team members, and just want to make sure we're giving them the support they need too. So nice job on the presentation, Ethan. Nice to meet y'all, and just getting more acquainted with the chapter here.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, Zach. Yeah, definitely 36 is not too old. I'm also almost that same age as well. So actually the age is 40 now, actually. So but we definitely, again, if you definitely encourage your team out there at Love Field to get involved. It's definitely a great way to network and connect with more local airport people within the region. So we'll kind of highlight some more about what we do as a committee in a little bit. But yeah, awesome. Great to meet you.
Perfect. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm here over at DFW, so we're neighbors.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Yep.
And keep in
Awesome.
mind, Zach,
So
if
yeah,
you
it's
do
kind
want
of
to spotlight the work that you're doing at Dallas Love Field, please let us know for the next meeting. We can get you lined up.
I will. I think I'm good for right now. I heard you talking about coming back from vacation, being kind of swamped. I'm 2 weeks off of vacation here, and we're crazy busy as well. So I appreciate the offer. May take you guys up on that at a later time, but right now I'm just trying to keep my head above water like the rest of us are, I think.
for sure. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. So yeah, other than that, thank good job, Ethan. Definitely good to learn more about your background and kind of what you're doing, your projects you're working on. One question for you: how can someone, I guess, a YoPro, get involved in kind of the work that you do on within your field? Like
Well, we're always
what should
looking
some things to
for
do?
application and field engineers all the time. And trying to think, just get in contact with me if y'all are interested in getting to this side of the business. I've got a lot of connections on more of the product development side as well as the field engineering side and the sales and market development side.
Nice, awesome. Yep, it's good to have some connections out there within the industry, so that way if someone is interested in joining or going that route, it's good to kind of know how they can find a job in that field. So awesome, appreciate it. So kind of a quick recap of what we've done over the past, I guess, few months. Our first official kickoff meeting was back on February 21st. We had a great turnout, probably about 15 to 20 people. I think I was on that call. So we have a lot of interest in the YoPro committee within the chapter. And then we had our first in-person meeting during the partnership conference back on 26th of February. Again, it was good to see people in person for the first time. It's kind of have a chance to network, meet and greet in person. So we've had a great start to the year for this committee. So we're just kind of looking forward to continue to grow and prosper. All right. So again, how can you get involved? For those that are not members of the chapter, step one is to become a member of the chapter by joining on the website. Once you do that, you can join the committee by filling out the form on the committee page. So pretty easy to get involved, and then just spreading the word about the YoPro committee within your airport or your company as well. Again, there's lots of benefits to become a member. I mean, for me, it's really just about the connections across different airports that you get to meet, and you get to make a lot of friends too throughout this the community as well. So so community opportunities. Ethan, you want to kind of run through some of these chair positions and kind of give us a little bit of highlight on what they entail?
Sure. So pretty straightforward by their names, but I can go a quick run through. So essentially the secretary is going to be the one that's going to be making sure that the meetings stay on schedule. The secretary is going to schedule the meetings, so sending the invites out, making sure that all the young professionals are included on those meeting invites. And then during the meetings, we'll also be taking meeting minutes. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're not looking for a courtroom scribe, but we are looking for any key things discussed. So like today, key thing would be, hey, member positions. We recapped what previous events we've had, things like that. And then also dispersing those meeting minutes out to all the attendees. So that way people that can attend the meeting are up to date on those minutes. The professional development chair. So this one is going to be mainly focused on developing the program for the professional development. So putting together, hey, this is the type of cadence we want to have. Here's the type of events we want to have, the goals, outline those specific things for the professional development of the committee itself and all the young professionals that we have. So mainly it's going to be scheduling the professional development events, whether that be tours or professional development industry tours, so like maybe like a pavements tour at DFW or Dallas Love or any other airports that we have within the South Central chapter footprint. and scheduling professional development speakers. So that could be anywhere from somebody like me who would do a specific subject matter expert discussion. For our case, would be stormwater drainage design and specifications, but it would also be someone talking about sustainable pavement design, things like that. The next one is going to be our outreach membership engagement chair. So this specific chair is going to be focused on improving participation from young professionals within the South Central chapter, as well as trying to recruit new members onto the committee by going to networking events, by attending our events as well, and inviting many people as I can. So their main goal is to have that list of all the young professionals that have participated within the Young Pro community, and then personally reaching out to them a few weeks in advance of an event and saying, hey, are you coming? We'd love to have you, etc. And this chair is going to be dealing very closely with the social chair and the events chair to encourage Young Pro turnout to these events, and as well as getting new ones. The events chair is pretty straightforward. They're going to plan the events. So let's say they have a happy hour, they'll call a couple weeks in advance and say, hey, we're expecting 15 to 20 people. Do we need to have a reservation? Is your venue big enough to hold that many people, or would you recommend us renting out a side room somewhere? Is there a minimum associated with that? That could also be saying, hey, I've got a project manager that's doing a pretty cool project out at this airport, airside, landside. Can we do a tour of that new project, or an existing infrastructure, or an existing system? Things like that. Things that we could do to boost the young professionals' professional development as well as networking opportunities. So that's what the events chair is mainly going to be doing. And the last but not least is the social chair. So the social chair's main effort is going to be generating flyers, brochures, and handling our marketing on LinkedIn, Facebook, and any sort of opportunities that we have, as well as dealing with the chapter as a whole and ensuring that the whole chapter knows of events and getting the word out there.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, so definitely, looking to get some more membership engagement. Not the chair, but not just the chair, but more committee members engaged on the, to kind of take on a chair position. I know I've had someone actually reach out to me, I think last week, about some opportunities to get involved. So if you or anyone at your airport is looking to get more involved on the committee, there's definitely many opportunities to do that. It just helps for us to become a more successful committee moving forward. I think, and we have a whole lot of people are excited about this committee. I mean, definitely a lot of the more seasoned professionals in the chapter are really excited to kind of see what we plan to do here in this region. So I think once we can get ourselves established and our foundation set with some more chairs, I think we'll be able to rock and roll this year and put on some great events for the membership. But if you have any interest in any of these positions or opportunities, reach out to myself or Ethan. We can get you plugged in to one of these positions. Or again, if you know anyone that wants to get more involved as well.
Jamie,
Any questions? Yep.
When do we typically try to kind of have these positions filled, or is it just, as people are identified and there's not really an end date? Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, since we're a pretty new committee, we just started back in February officially, so there's no, I guess, real date right now. As far as like cycles go, I mean, the chapter operates on a cycle every year. Then they do elections in, I want to say, March, April, May timeframe on the chapter level. But the committees kind of however we want to formulated it. So whether it's for a year or however much time you can provide, that's really the help. Especially now since we're kind of new, we just want to set that foundation and get the foundation part set up and established. But to answer your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'd say I'd like to be involved in. I think that's a good way to stay engaged, and so I'd be interested in a chair, maybe not the social chair, if I had to kind of count one out. But
sure.
Open to suggestions, or as more people come and more volunteers, kind of seeing what spots need to be filled and being a team player. So
Awesome.
you can put me down as interested and open to
Yeah.
different roles.
Oh, awesome. We appreciate that. Yeah, I think it's definitely again a good way to kind of help you as a person to kind of get the experience and doing some other things. Again, working with the chapter at large as well on some of these topics also. So yeah, I think for now we're just trying to get some of our bodies involved, and as we grow and establish, people will come in and out, of course, but it's kind of want to have the baseline set for those chairs. So yeah, we'll definitely reach out for sure on your interest, kind of see which one you have fits you best for sure.
Perfect.
Awesome. Any other questions on committee opportunities? And as far as like meeting stuff, we have like our monthly meetings as well, but we try to meet as like a steering committee, at least every 2 weeks for now, just to kind of get things off the ground. So we can start inviting you to those calls as well. Just kind of get your feet wet on the planning side of things also. But we try to have our monthly meetings typically, and then to cover our smaller steering committee meetings between those as well. So at least for
And
now, that might change.
y'all don't have to like dive straight into a specific position. You could just, like Jamie was saying, get your feet wet, start attending some of the steering committee events. And as we're having these discussions about what needs to be done, you can always volunteer to do X, Y, and Z without taking on a full chair position, and
Yep.
feel out which one you think you would like or which one you're feeling passionate about just by attending regularly the steering committee meetings and then deciding later on what you want to do. It's totally fine.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right. I think last thing is kind of what's coming up next. So we have our chapter conference next month up in Kansas. And so if you will be attending that, there should be some type of YoPro meetup there. They usually do a lot of different meetups for different groups throughout the conference schedule. But if you are a YoPro and attending the conference, definitely look out for some more information on some type of YoPro meetup while there. Then we'll probably have another virtual meeting sometime in June or July after the chapter conference settles down. And then again, some type of event. We're trying to work through that as well. But there's more to come this summer. But the next big thing is the chapter conference next month. I know the national conference is, I want to say, next week or the next 2 weeks in Nashville. So if you are going to the national conference, there's a lot of YoPro activities there also. I know there's a meetup on Sunday night at the hotel, and then also if you're going to the national conference, they will have like a chapter, not quite a roundtable, but a chance to meet some of the committees in the chapter at the national convention. So it's kind of like a roundtable event within the chapter, though. But it's a great way to again meet more people, expand your network while there. So. Also, we're also trying to do a little bit more with some of the other YoPro chapters across the country. Some of them are a lot more established than others. There's a lot of newer YoPro chapters that have just started off. Like I know the Great Lakes is just kicking off their chapter. But whereas at the Southeast, in Northwest and Northeast have been pretty established for a while. So we're trying to again learn from them as well. Maybe do some things together. Again, it's a way to expand our partnership across different regions also, just to help us expand our boundaries as well.